Overheats, game time. Alright folks, I wanted to show you guys this pretty cool new fighting game called Yatagarasu, Attack on Cataclysm. It's an indie fighting game. It's been in development for a little while now. It's made the small team is made up of some folks who worked for SNK and did a lot of the King of Fighter stuff, and the director of it is the guy who did Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So it definitely looks like a game, sort of a mix between an SNK and Third Strike kind of a game. There aren't a whole lot of different systems in this game, keeping it fairly pure, so if you've never really played a fighting game before, this is kind of a good place to start. You can really just kind of focus on your footsies and your zoning and stuff like that. It does have parries, just like Third Strike. There are 6 buttons in this game, 4 of which are attack, 2 of which are parry. There's an upper parry and a lower parry. You actually have, next to your character's portrait, these little lights that will light up when you do an upper parry or a lower parry. And if you screw up a parry, another meter pops up next to those buttons, and every time you consistently try to screw up a parry, that meter starts to drain. And if you allow that meter to fully drain, you become dizzy. So there's sort of a risk-reward with trying to pull off the parries in this game. As if, you know, just trying to pull them off wasn't hard enough. I wanted to show you guys me playing online, but it's been really hard to get people to play this online. I've played a couple of games, and they both played really great. I didn't feel any lag or anything. It's just really, really hard to get games online. So I guess, unfortunately, I'm just going to have to show you me playing against the computer, but again, this is a really cool game, so I wanted to show it off. There aren't a whole lot of characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 characters. There's a couple of clones, but they do have some stuff that sort of makes them separate. I'm having difficulty finding a character I really like in this game. I'm sort of enjoying this character. She only has 2 moves, like Guile style. You know, she's only got 2 moves, but I like her. She's very, very mid-range. She's very much like a mid-range kind of. It's kind of Vega-ish, you know, very mid-range pokey, but she's definitely got her own moves. She's got the Ukiyo from Samurai Showdown thing where he jumps in the air, the Poltergeist, where he jumps in the air and does that thing with the sword where he swipes it down. This game, you can tiger knee moves. If you're not familiar with what that means, essentially, so like, say you have a move that's basically like a fireball in the air, like quarter circle forward and punch while you're in the air. It means you can do the quarter circle forward move, and then instead of stopping it forward, you go all the way to up forward, and then as soon as your character is off the ground, you push the attack button, and you'll immediately do your aerial attack the instant you're up off the ground. Her aerial attack is quarter circle back, so it's just you go quarter circle back to up back and then push attack. It actually works kind of as a good escape. She's not, from what I can tell at least, with my limited play with her, she's not super good close up. So having that as an escape kind of works. How well it would work as an escape, see, watch, I'll show you what I'm talking about. That's her. See, this is her jumping fierce. That's her jumping jab, and then backward fireball punch in the air is this. So if I, see, that's what I'm talking about with, see, I just did it in the air, right? Like I just did this, but it looked like I did it off the ground, right? It looks like I just did it off the ground, but I didn't. I was actually in the air. See, right there I tried to do it, but I was pushing the button too early. You have to make sure she gets up off the ground. If you can't see her getting up off the ground, it just means I'm doing it too fast. See, so if you do it with Fierce Punch, she goes very high up, but not super far back. If you do it with Weak, she doesn't go super high up, but she goes really far back. So yeah, she's got really good mid-range. That's her standing Fierce. Pretty good mid-range. That was a parry right there. That's her down forward Fierce Punch. That's her sweep. Down Fierce in the air. Down Fierce in the air is really hard to hit with unless you cross them up, which is what it's made for. And her super, she's got 2, just like Street Fighter Third Strike. You can pick your super. You have like 2 different supers you can pick from. The one I like is just pop, 1 hit. It's just quick, comes out real nice and fast. So if you can see up at the top of the screen, my character's little face portrait up there, and those 2 lights next to it. See those lighting up? That means I tried to high parry, tried to low parry. Throws are like Street Fighters, the 2 weak, it's like Street Fighter 4, the 2 weak buttons at the same time, or Street Fighter 3 if you're more comfortable with that game. So yeah, so all she's got is Fireball in the air, and then Fireball on the ground is a run, while she's running, if you push weak punch, she throws that out there. Doesn't knock them down, but there it is. One cool thing you can do with it, though, oops, is you can super after it really easily. Unless, of course, they kick your ass and won't let you, in which case, you know, what are you going to do? Bam, see? Just like that. That works almost every time. She has another super that she just basically does a rush down, you know, beat 'em up attack, kind of like the Art of Fighting characters in King of Fighters when they run forward and just attack the crap out of you. The major difference there being with those characters, they just do a flying forward thing, and then if they get blocked, they just sort of stop. If they don't get blocked, if they hit, then obviously they do the super. With her, she just sort of does it right away and just keeps attacking. So you may have noticed, if you're familiar, Maximilian, I believe I'm subscribed to his channel, so if you check my subscriptions, you can get a quick link to his YouTube channel. He's known pretty well in the fighting game community. He does a lot of stuff. He tries to expand himself within the fighting game community, not just focus on one game only. He started on one game, but he's really branched out, and so he's fairly well known in the fighting game community. And one of the cool things about this game is they got a lot of folks who are known in the fighting game community to do commentary for this game. Oh yeah, so when I do the fireball punch and she runs like that, if you push fierce punch, she does that. Which is a good combo ender if you don't have super. Because it does pretty solid damage, and it knocks them down. Her weak one, I'm not entirely sure that that's the best thing in the world to do if you don't have super to continue on after. She has EX versions of those moves, but I haven't figured out why you would waste your super on the EX versions. I'm not sure what they're supposed to do differently. See, like there's that, but I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, also like third strike, if you push the two medium punch buttons, or the two medium buttons at the same time, your character would have a little hopping overhead. It was like a universal hopping overhead. This game has that too, but it's both of the punch buttons at the same time, and you get that little, that's her wipe. Interestingly enough, most of her moves don't have cancel properties. Like I can't, the standing fierce she has, I can't cancel that into her fireball run. I'm pretty sure the blue bar underneath your life is your guard crush. Both of the fierces at the same time, your character sort of dims out and then does a counterattack, but I haven't figured out the point of it. I thought it was maybe some kind of a focus attack type of deal where you absorb a hit and then counter hit, or maybe it's some sort of a King of Fighters sidestep thing where you'll completely avoid an attack and then counterattack, but it does neither of those things. I've been hit out of it clean every single time I try to do it, so I'm not sure what it's for. This game doesn't have an instruction manual, so it's very much like an old school fighting game. You're just trying to, you know, figure out what the hell you have. I mean, hell, even their command lists aren't fully realized. I mean, there's characters like, it shows that she has a fireball punch, but it doesn't say what you do afterwards. It just says fireball punch. So if I didn't try to experiment, I would just be like, okay, so that makes her run. Great. I don't know why I would ever want to do that, right? Oh, wow. And she's got stuff with kicks, too. So I just now discovered that when you run, if you push kick, she has a low attack. And if you push kick, she, okay. Fireball punch, and then quick punch, she does that. Ooh, hold on. Bam, get out. So fireball punch, and then quick punch while she's running, she does a straight slash with pretty good range. Fireball punch, fierce punch while she's running, and she does sort of an uppercut move that has a lot of recovery, so make sure you're going to get it. Fireball punch and then weak punch, it looks like that, looks like a low attack. And then fireball with punch and then fierce kick, and she just stops. Very interesting. Bam, get out. Ah, get off me, hooker. Yeah, she doesn't even have, like, there we go, okay. Whoa, jeez. Calm down. Okay, so I tried canceling. Ah. Ooh, almost. I tried canceling her low sweep run slash into her super. Doesn't work. So that means there is no juggle property after her rushing low slash. There's no juggle property off of her rushing straight slash either, but that's irrelevant because a rushing straight slash doesn't knock them down. That right there. The only times you've seen it actually knock down was because it stunned them. Ah! Okay, so if you look up at my screen, you see those little, like almost like, see those little orange markers right there? That's because I attempted to do for parry and failed. Yeah, see, I've only got one orange bar now. That means if I try to parry again and screw it up, I'm gonna get dizzy. Yeah, that's another perfect example. When I was practicing that guy, ooh, man, he parried that. That was hella nice. Ah, jeez. While I was trying this guy, it showed him out he had a fireball punch. So I did fireball punching this crappy little punch. And, you know, if I didn't already have fighting game experience, I wouldn't have thought, well, maybe if I keep doing those, it's some sort of a Rekka type move, which means like Fei Long, where he keeps punching, like you saw even him do. Oh, is that an instant guard crush? Is that what that is? Huh. Anyway, so I tried it, and that's what it was. So yeah, this game doesn't tell you everything. You do have to do some discovery of your own. Gotcha. Crossover. Ah, I gotta get used to not pushing jab. I want to push jab for my combo so bad. Ah! Ooh, you like that, son? Yeah, her ducking fierce on the ground actually hits them up in the air and knocks them down. It didn't that time. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because of distance. Maybe they have to be close to it or something. Yeah, what's up? I'll just outzone you. Get out. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, nice. Parry. Oh, I tried to parry low, but it didn't work. Bring it on. I'm not scared, I'm winning. Of course. What? Oh, great. Oh, no. Oh, man. Yeah, this game's pretty fun. I'm just kind of terrible at it because it's brand new and I really don't know what I'm doing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, like it. If you want to see more, click that subscribe button. If you have any questions or suggestions you'd like to throw out there, drop them in the comments section below. That's it for today, Internet. Johnny. Bye-bye.